Hi guys, and welcome to the State of Crypto, your one-stop source for all crypto-related news. I'm your host Martin, and this is episode 111. Santander zero commissions for remittances to Mexico, and 40% off institutional investors use Tether. Now guys, thank you for being here. Happy Monday night. I hope you're having a blast. If you're watching football, that's great. I hope you catch the stream after the game. And if not, then, I hope you're here with us. Anyways, it's going to be a great week for a lot of people because Thanksgiving is coming in. So, you get a short week and stuff. And the market hasn't been doing that great. Kind of recovered nicely, but, still a little bit. We'll talk about that once we get to the market section. But again, if you're catching this stream live, welcome. And if you have any suggestions for us, sorry, if you're catching the replay and have any suggestions for us, please leave us a comment below. We really want to know what you are thinking. Now, if you want to keep on updated with the latest crypto-related news, make sure you subscribe. You hit that like button and that bell so you're notified when we go live. And if you want to keep on chatting with us once the stream is on, you can join us on the Discord. The link is in the description. Now, on to the news segment of the show. Anyways, the president of the Fed Reserve Bank of Cleveland, Loretta Master, is 100% in support of the creation of a real-time payments network. The new payments network could run side by side with the existing one, with some banks choosing to stick. Hey, William James, how's it going, man? Thank you for being here. I appreciate it, brother. How's life, man? Choose to stick to one or combine the two. However, questions are arising as to how small and big banks will interact within the new ecosystem. Now, she explained in an interview, what you end up seeing is some banks will be on both and others will stick with one. But if we make sure that the message is sending is standardized, they will be able to switch if they want to switch. So there's going to be room for both systems to be very robust systems. Discussions regarding central bank-backed digital assets are on the rise, although she stated that there's no active group working towards Fed digital currency. Obviously, we're monitoring the private sector currencies and also other central banks around the world. Some of them are starting to move in a digital currency, at least some experimentation with it. So we're definitely talking to them, so we understand the issues. She also added that if you think about digital currencies, if you think the digital currencies they're talking about, you need right connectivity to everyone. How would you do that? She's posing a question. Anyways, she goes on to state that, and you'd be then having a lot of information on individual transactions of everyone. And frankly, I don't see a need for that here. And I don't know whether I want to be responsible for that here. We have a good payment system that runs for our banks. They're already connected to it, and that seems to be working. So again, good would be better with a pump. Yeah, well, yeah, kind of had a small pump, right? If you were on Bitcoin, it was like an $800 pump. So, man, I'm not sure what kind of a pump you were waiting for. But we'll talk about that once we get to the market analysis part of the stream. Anyways, we did have an article yesterday talking about, I can't remember if it was yesterday or 2 days ago, that the Fed was working on something, on some sort of digital currency. Better than that. All right, we'll talk about that in a second, man. The Fed had this digital currency that they were coming out with. Like I said, unsure as to really what's going on and how closely they're playing that to their chest. Maybe they're working on something, they just don't want to let anything out until they maybe have something better to show for. But again, that is the Fed, and you're not going to get a lot of information from them unless you it's probably in a really need-to-know basis. Anyways, they'll probably say something once speculation is down, and if they come out with some news right now that might make the market run, and they probably don't want to do that. I'm not sure what they're doing, man. But again, they're probably like I said, playing it very close to their chest until they get maybe some notion of what they want to do, running and maybe testing, and then they'll probably release some information. Anyways, a government group leading the internet financial risk rectification efforts in China has launched an all-around crackdown campaign against cryptocurrencies and illicit blockchain activities. State-run media Beijing Youth Daily reported on Sunday, following shortly after the People's Bank of China Shanghai headquarters sent out a similar message on Friday. Now, this is from a website called TechNode. I never heard of them before. I'm not 100% sure how reliable their sources are, but we'll go through the article. Just be careful with it, though. They state why it matters. The country's financial regulators have been working on tighten scrutiny on blockchain and cryptocurrency-related activities after President Xi Jinping's remark on the significance of blockchain development spurred much public interest. Now, the government has been vocal about increasing the strength of their efforts barring cryptocurrency activities in the country. The last announcement from the national level regulator, the leading group for the special campaign against internet financial risk, confirms that the nationwide crackdown is underway. Details, right? China has deployed the comprehensive plan that requires authorities to conduct a thorough inspection on new developments regarding blockchain and cryptocurrency activities, according to the article in Beijing Daily Sunday. The regulators also urge local authorities that when spotting illegal operations, strike while it's early and still nascent. So they want to get them right as they're being born, right? Or right as they're getting off the ground. Anyways, the regulator has not in the slightest changed its attitude towards clamping down on those and those who sensationalize cryptocurrency and participate in cryptocurrency trading activities. That is their translation. They actually put it like that in the article, according to a report which cited an unnamed source close to the regulator. Now, Central Bank Shanghai branch also renewed its commitment to clamp down on cryptocurrency exchanges in the city, according to an official announcement. Also was in Chinese and also on Friday. The regulator said it will continue to adopt stringent measures to closely monitor entities involved in the space to address risk in a timely manner. So in context, China has been urging heightened scrutiny over the emerging technology. The People's Bank of China Shanghai issued a notice on November 14th ordering regulators in each district of Shanghai to thoroughly probe local cryptocurrency-related services, as well as entities involved in promoting and distributing tokens from overseas or ICOs. Anyways, the country's financial regulator recently issued a letter urging regional authorities to step up its efforts against illegal blockchain-related activities through measures including offering rewards to citizens to provide valid information. So again, they're paying people to snitch on other people that have cryptos and have exchanges. So it's going to become one of those things that if you have crypto, you're probably not going to be able to talk about it because maybe one of your friends needs money and he goes to the government, and snitches get stitches. So you might beat up your friend, but you're probably going to go to jail for having cryptos or something like that. So again, remember when we were talking about the China news and we were talking about how they were going about it? Right, and that people were reading too much into it. They were jumping into crypto conclusions when all they had stated was just blockchain technology. They're looking into blockchain technology. That's it. They weren't saying we're looking into crypto, we're looking into anything else. So a lot of people started speculating and misinterpreting the news and believing that China's going to be pro crypto. Everyone goes to China now. Cryptocurrency is going to be the next big thing in China. So again, a lot of speculation that was going on there. And, they were just meaning blockchain, and we talked about it. They just said blockchain. They didn't say anything else. So, again, maybe that's part of that, and this clampdown is what we're seeing, part of the market crash. Again, let's wait and see what else develops here with the Chinese, right? And how or when they start adopting their blockchain and maybe other cryptocurrencies. We'll figure it out then. Anyways, on to the next news. This is an article that I like, and I'll tell you why in a second. It's not that I want to go against the Ripple community with this or make an anti-Ripple statement of any sort, but a crypto whale just moved 44,000 Bitcoin, worth more than $310 million, and they paid a minuscule 0.32 cents in Bitcoin fees just to do so. Anyways, according to blockchains.com Bitcoin Explorer, the fee was paid just for 0.000045551 Bitcoins or 32 cents, which is incredibly low, especially when compared to large movements previously detected. Now, it's even more impressive when you consider that whomever sent this Bitcoin had no need to request permission from any bank, financial regulator, or world government to send hundreds of millions of dollars worth of digital cash. Now, this last part sounds a little bit like what Rhythm Trader puts all the time. Like, this transaction happened and no one in the world could do anything to stop it. No government was involved, no blah, 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 blah. Whatever, man. We know that these transactions are not run by financial institutions, so there's obviously not a lot of people that can do anything to stop it. However, what happens if over 51% of the nodes don't approve it? It can be stopped. So, it is subject to a 51% attack. So again, it's not 100% infallible. It just so happens that, right now no one's really trying to like screw with anyone else, so those transactions do get cleared. The other point that I had, look, it's about the blockchain, the Bitcoin ecosystem, right? You send something with Bitcoin, it might take a couple hours, maybe depending on how much traffic there is, half an hour or so. But again, Ripple does it in seconds. But when you when you think about what Swift had, right, and the amount of time it took to get a transaction, going from that to 30 minutes and then going to seconds, it's nothing, man. Like, if you said a transaction goes through a market in 30 minutes, or if a transaction goes internationally in like 7 seconds, yes, it's much better 7 seconds. But again, a lot of people with the time it used to take are also going to be happy with the transaction going on in 30 minutes. Again, I'm not trying to say it's better than, I'm not trying to say anything like that. Again, it takes longer time, it has a little bit higher fees, but again, if you're sending 310 million, paying 32 cents, less than $1, how much do you really think that's going to affect it, right? Anyways, on that other part, right, if you send the 44 million with Ripple, how much are you going to pay? Like 3 pennies? If you're sending 310 million, those like 30 cents, 29 cents, 25 cents, however much you saved, are negligible to you, man. You're sending millions and saving those cents. Dude, yeah, it's going to add up if you send a lot of transactions for millions. But again, just having a transaction of $310 million, paying 32 cents, dude, it's nothing. It's peanuts, man. For that guy, those 32 cents he sent is like, it's like free, man. He probably like woke up in the morning and in his first breath, he made a lot more money than that just by breathing, right? So again, his time is probably worth a lot more than those 32 cents. For him, that is nothing. And whatever he can save on Ripple also is gonna be negligible for him, because again, he's used to seeing so much more money. So again, yeah, he's gonna save more for sure. But is it really that much to that guy? Does it really affect him heavily? Whether or not he's sorry guys, I lost the stream. Are you guys still here? Because here on my screen that I keep running, it shows me that the stream is kind of like stuck. So I'm not sure if it's still live for you guys. And also, sorry if I'm ranting a little bit, but again, like I'm saying, man, for that guy, it's nothing. Like, for him saving that and saving what he would save with Ripple, it's nothing. The amount of time is probably also negligible for him. Anyways, let's get on to the next article. Ethereum has seen some high fees. Abnormally high commissions were registered in certain blocks on the Ethereum network. In the end of the previous week, sometimes the cost exceeded $30 and even $40, according to a crypto news media outlet, Bitcoinist. In particularly, the publication cites Coinmetrics researcher Nate Madry, who drew attention to the fact that when trying to send transactions, the recommended fee was more than 40 cents in other blocks. $40 in other blocks, and the commission exceeded $30 in other ones. Anyways, the analyst also noted that recently the blocks in the Ethereum network have been almost completely filled. The experts believe that there can be several reasons for such abnormal commissions. One of them is the recent increase in mining complexity associated with the function of the so-called Ice Age. Although its activation is expected to be delayed again, it takes longer to generate Ethereum blocks. Now, another possible reason is decentralized finance or DeFi applications. The Ethereum price dropped from 185 to 145 during the previous week, which resulted in the liquidation of leverage positions. Apart from that, DeFi-related contracts might have been forced to pay higher commissions for timely executions. It is also possible that the launch of the ERC 271 token for the Gods Unchained collectible market on Thursday had its toll as well. So again, it could be all these factors working together that is having this increase in the rates, right? Anyways, Tether remains the main consumer of resources on the Ethereum network. In the previous week, Glassnode service noted that USD Tether total transactions volume exceeded 100 billion. That is more than 6,000% from the beginning of the year. So again, we were talking about how USD Tether was consuming part of that network. Then it went to like this other website. I can't remember the name, man. Like, it was like BetWin or no, not BetWin. It was like some website, Fairwin. I can't remember. It was like a it was determined that it was a scam website that was like an online casino that was scamming people, whatever. Anyways, on to the next article. After that went away, USD Tether is consuming the most. We have this article. I did post it on Twitter earlier. Mexican President Andrés Manuel López Obrador just announced after a meeting with Santander. Sorry, guys. Wow, that sneeze rattled my brain. Anyways, President Andrés Manuel López Obrador just announced after a meeting with Santander's Ana Botín that Santander will not charge commissions on remittances from U.S. to Mexico starting tomorrow. Now, the only way I can think that they can achieve this is if they use XRP, because XRP transactions are so low that the bank can absorb them into their day-to-day operations just because they're so minuscule. You're going to pay like a fraction of a penny, dude, like 0.00 some odd penny. So again, you really need a lot of transactions for them to start adding up. That's probably why that's going on. Anyways, this is the note that came out of Reuters. It says that Mexican President Andrés Manuel López Obrador said on Monday that Spanish bank Santander will stop charging commissions as of Tuesday on remittances sent by their migrants to their relatives in Mexico. Total remittances to Mexico, mostly coming from the U.S.-based Mexican workers, amounted to nearly $27 billion in January to September, according to the central bank data. Now, I also have these articles in Spanish, and this is where I got the news from today throughout the day. So I got it from here. Then I posted on Twitter along with this other news from Reuters. He says that money's coming in from the immigrants into Mexico again, and he said that for 2019, it's believed that there will be $35 billion on remittances only, and that the banks abused on the commissions charged. That's what's saying on this part. Anyways, Botín detailed that the program was going to start applying to stop the charges on commissions on remittances was going to start applying on Santander from Santander remittance officer or offices from the U.S. into Mexico, and that that they're going to have a really competitive exchange rate. And she said that for the next year, they believe that the program will be extended to operations in the mobile sector, right? And the president also said that he believes that this is an example for other banks to follow. Now, I do believe that Santander is going to start getting headway against the other banks, because I'm not sure if the other major banks that work in Mexico, which are BBVA, Citigroup, right? Citibanamex. At least those are the three major ones. And then you have HSBC as well. But I don't believe they're working with Ripple on any of these solutions. And he asked the banks to make sure that the remittances were lower, or were the commissions on the remittances were canceled, so that people wouldn't be penalized so hard when sending the money from abroad. Now, I believe it's a really interesting initiative. I do like that it's playing out. Like I said, and this is just my speculation. The only way they can get away with this is if Ripple is involved. That's it. That's the only way I see it playing out, right? Why? Like I said, it's going to cost you a fraction. That's the only way you can assume it as a bank. If you still use your regular corridors, Swift, etc., you're not going to be able to assume those commissions. Now, if you use MoneyGram charges a 30%, right? They might use MoneyGram. They already have a corridor set up. But also, Santander has representative offices in the U.S., and they might use their representative offices and just have their own corridor working. Again, still undetermined how they're gonna flow through. There's more information supposed to come out. We'll wait for that, and then we'll determine, and we'll see if whether or not we were right with our prediction, right? I'm hoping they're using Ripple. If they're using MoneyGram, we know that they're going to be using Ripple. So again, Santander is already integrated with PayFX, which uses Xcurrent, which is the fiat, and that is already enabled, right? So that it can make the switch to ODL, on-demand liquidity, or the XRP using version of Ripple. So again, that remittance, you could probably send it from like PayFX if you have the account over to the PayFX in Mexico, and just flow it through a quick exchange and then just deposit it into the local account, right? Again, there's many ways they can go with it. Let's wait and see what they come out with. Anyways, Binance research reported 40% of institutional investors use Tether. Now, according to a recent report released by Binance researchers regarding the current institutional market situation, 40% of the investors are using Tether. Tether is one of the most used and recognized cryptos in the market. However, it is surprising to see that other stablecoins are also being used by institutions. 19% of the respondents mentioned that they use USD coin, and 13% of them also said that they use Paxos and through USD, so it's TUSD. Anyways, that means that around 45% of institutional investors are using USDC Pax and USD Tether instead of TUSD instead of USD Tether. The report explained that there was a division between Chinese and English-speaking institutional investors, and more than 15% of Chinese respondents claimed that they used Tether, while just 12.2% of the respondents used USD coin. Now, Tether has a market cap of over 4.13 billion, while USD coin, Pax, and through USD have around 464 million, 249 million, and 182 million market cap, respectively. The survey shows that 36.5% of the investors plays between 100,000 and 1 million in cryptos, followed by 21.6% that invested between 5 and 25 million in cryptos. 20.3% of the respondents mentioned that they invested between 1 and 5 million. 1 and 5 million, and 17.6% of the surveyed respondents claim that they have placed less than 100,000 in the crypto market. So again, I believe I am in that fair minority of like less than 17%. Yeah, if someone asked me. So again, dude, I'm not sure how, dude, like really? Like 36% of people are putting between 100,000 and 1 million. That's a lot of dough to have in crypto, man. Anyways, that's it for the news segment of this. Let's go into the technicals and see what's happening with the market, right? So, let's see. Have a nice coffee going on here. Market cap on the daily. Yesterday, gaining a lot of market cap, 2.77%. So from an opening of 183.46 billion, closing at 188.85 billion. Right now, still, yesterday was a 5.09 billion move to the upside. Right now, still moving to the upside, 0.84%, or a 1.57 billion move, sitting at 190.53% of 190.53 billion on market cap. Now let's go into dominance for Bitcoin. What is happening with the dominance? Yesterday, Bitcoin gaining dominance, 0.30%. Again, had a very nice recovery. Bitcoin. We'll look at that in a second. From an opening of 68.68%, closing at 68.85%, which represents a 0.30% gain. Now, from an opening of 68.87%, it's sitting at 68.78%, losing 0.11%. So again, sitting at 78% of market cap. Is it good? Is it bad? Look, man, we're still within downtrend. For me, that is good. Like I told you guys, the better the cake is divided, the more equally it's divided, the better for the ecosystem. That is the truth. That way, everyone can have more resistance to market swings, etc. So it's part of the ecosystem that everyone is Bitcoin centric. We need to move away from that so that everyone can flourish. But again, maybe a lot of the projects are gonna die before that. So we'll see who has market cap when projects start to go down to zero. A lot of the projects are not gonna have use case, and just because you have a coin that is not traded does not mean it has utility, does not mean it has liquidity. And again, maybe a lot of people are not gonna get into that. So let's get into Bitcoin. Yesterday, nice move to the upside, right? Rejecting the 7,384. So again, we talked about that. So resistances that we had to the upside. Yesterday, gaining 3.16%. Right now, gaining 0.68%. We're gonna look more in detail because here on the daily we have nothing going on besides what we already called. So from here to here we're going lower, more negative momentum, nothing going on there. On the RSI, same thing going on. So again, right now we're sitting oversold at 29.94. Again, we talked about moves to reset the oscillators. You get sharp moves to the upside. That's probably what happened yesterday. Again, impulse down, reaction rally. Right now we had an impulse up. We're probably gonna start flagging. Let's wait and see how that looks shorter term, right? So let's go into the 4 hours and take it from there. Now this is taking forever, and I'm still here, so why is this not loading, man? Show me that 4 hours. No, it's not coming in. I hope you guys can still see me. It's not showing that I have any delay on the stream, but again, this chart does not want to change to the 4 hours, man. Brother, man, that not look good. Let's reload the whole site. Yeah, don't care if you don't save the changes. We'll do whatever again. Why is TradingView not playing along with us? There we go. It's loading in the 4 hours. There we go. Awesome. So we had divergence, right? On the 4 hours. Bullish. Finally, bullish divergence that plays out, right? We had it on the RSI. We had it on the MACD histogram. That happened at the 22-hour mark. We were doing the stream this, but we were still moving down, right? So again, I have to adjust to actually where we close, pinpoint this. When I was doing the stream, we still had movement to the downside. We were not recovering as we did after that. We started recovering after midnight, I think, and I closed the stream at 11:55, I think, last night. So again, nice impulse to the upside. I'm still bearish on the market, and I'll tell you why. Look, high, lower high, right? The reason that you're breaking down a little bit right now. High, higher high. So again, hidden bearish divergence, right? Playing out. You have it here, and you have it on here as well. So again, very, very real divergence is playing out. Sorry. So again, had this divergence breaking into the downside, man. Again, not the best for Bitcoin, to be honest. But, you know, whatever, man. Right now, impulse up. We're consolidating down sloping, which is usually what you want to see. Again, we might get a flag forming, right? We just have 3 candles right now, not enough to make a valid flag. But again, it would seem right now that it's kind of like a down-sloping channel. So again, it would be something like this. Right now, I want to get more candles going on so we could really trace this. And I'll probably trace it on the 1 hour. Impulse up, down-sloping consolidation. Usually what you want to see so that you can run up again. We might test this resistance again. We might try to make a higher high and fail on momentum. The market is still bearish. Just because we had this pump does not change the overall sentiment. A lot of people still talking about prices to downside. This is just something that happens after you impulse down hardcore. And, you know, it's something that we've talked about, right? You get reaction rallies in the 1 hour, which is where stuff started to develop. We killed the divergence that we had. We did not make divergence. So again, we'll show that in a second. Sitting at the 20 MA right now, bouncing off it, holding it. Second candle, you're holding it. If you really don't go to the upside right now, you are in risk of breaking below it. Breaking below 20 MA, it's probably going to have you move to the downside hardcore. Just be careful with this. Again, high, lower high. You're sitting neutral on your RSI. Reset. We have reset officially the RSI at 46.25, putting it on that neutral zone. Again, once you're neutral, you have cooled off. You can certainly run down again and get into trouble, man. Be careful. You're in an area where you can pump or dump, right? On the RSI. Again, market's bearish. You're creating this divergence. Last time we created it was here, and look, man, we still went down. Then we created this bullish divergence that we had talked about before, right? Going that lower in prices, looking for those divergences that might play to the upside. I said, look, if we go to the upside, we might hit the 20 MA, face resistance. Then we'll probably break down. If we go to the upside, then we face the 7,384. I talked to you guys about this yesterday, so if you were in the stream, you know where the targets were for movements to the upside, movements to the downside. This high actually hit 7,378. So almost on point to the target that we had to the upside. On the downside, we said we were hitting that area of support resistance from way back when. So again, we'll probably hit some support here and bounced off that. I'm not going to go look for it right now. But again, this is an area where there's a lot of support that we can be confident that we're probably going to bounce off or maybe bounce within. Again, we bounced off right now. It's good. Let's wait and see how this keeps on playing out. I'm not too confident on the market still. Bitcoin, and I'll show you again why. I talked about this before plenty of times. The 200 MA. SMA. So the 200 SMA is way up here right now, sitting at sorry, this is on the 4 hours. On the daily, a 200 SMA is sitting at 9,404. So we're really, really far from that right now. Again, until we get above that, I'm not 100% bullish on Bitcoin unless I find an area of opportunity where I can go in and I can see that I'm going to make money. But right now, that area is not clear. So on the daily, we don't have any kind of divergence. On the weekly, we don't have that bullish. Oh, sorry. On the weekly, we might be creating it. Sorry. Let me get rid of this 200 MA. I think we talked about this before on the weekly. There we go. On the 20 MA, it's going to show. So on the weekly, not on this chart, but on this chart, we talked about it. Right? We said this was not playing out. Again, I removed this yesterday. For some reason, it came back up. But anyways, look, we're sitting here at 456.65, and here we're sitting at 403. So still slightly lower, right? And you're going down on that price, right? So again, divergence, bullish on the weekly. That's the only good thing that I find, because these patterns, if they play out, you're gonna see them play out long term. Again, I'm gonna leave it to here, which is what we have confirmed. This week just started today, so that's the only thing that's going on for it. Sorry, just closed one day, starting the second day of the week, sorry. And we'll see how this keeps on developing. This is the only thing that we have going on. We don't have that divergence on the RSI. So again, be careful when you set up your trades. I do believe this might play out for some move to the upside, but again, we're with a downsloping channel. We have the 20 MA also to face as resistance. So again, we rejected the 20 MA. Sorry, the mid part of the channel. Look, we have that rejection right there. Right, you can see it right there, right there. Anyways, we rejected it. So on the weekly, we're rejecting higher prices. Not the best looking. We still have the whole week to go. So it's still young. Let's see how this keeps on running. Again, here also rejecting that mid part of the channel, as you can tell, right, with yesterday's candle. So let's go into, again, the chart that we were on, and let's go into the 4-hour, man. Again, we're talking about the 4-hour divergence, price action to the downside. We're seeing it play out. Be careful if this could still drop. I'm not confident that it has recovered properly to a place where it might pump again. So let's go into the 1-hour. On the 1-hour, man, shit from the 4-hour coming back. Let me get rid of this. For some reason, it keeps going back into the 1 hour. I do this every stream, guys. If you watch this stream, you know that this gets done every day, man. Like, this is on the 4 hours. Okay, that's fine. So, okay, this one's not on the 4 hours. So I guess this one's not going to be in the 4 hours either. And this one, it's probably not going to be in the 4 hours. Yeah, it's in the 4 hours now. Okay, awesome. And this one is also in the 4 hours. There we go. So, okay, so it's not going to bring data now into the 1 hour chart, which is what I want. There we go. We had this going on, right? We talked about developing potential divergence here, right? We were going down, right? We talked about this yesterday. It didn't get saved, though, because we actually, I think I deleted these because we went down here, right? Look, man, we went down here, and guess what? This is 42.31 negative, and this is 43.72. It's not technically divergence, right? You're not hitting that same negative momentum. It's more or less a straight line, but it's a little bit, you have a little bit more negative momentum building, and you don't have it on the RSI again. On the RSI, I was expecting to go somewhere around here. On the RSI, you're actually going much lower, right? Here on the RSI, you were sitting at 22.17. Here, you're definitely sitting at 16.95. So again, on the RSI, that got negated. Here, you technically don't have it if you want to look for that exact divergence. Both of the lines are down sloping. Again, so none of the other exchanges had divergence. So again, this pump, maybe we hit some support, man. That's all I can see that might have seen us bounce, is that we probably found some support, and that's it. Right now, moving to the upside, right? A V bounce, kind of. And let's see what kind of consolidation we're making here. So impulse up, right? We're going to take it from here to here, I guess. And here, it kind of makes sense. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3 on the bottom almost. So again, I want to get more data developing. We might get another green, and we might shift stuff. So we'll see. But right now, like it doesn't look like a very pretty impulse up. But right now, you're downsloping consolidation, which is usually what you want. You want to drop so you can buy more. You want to average down. Yeah, I wanted to drop too, man, to be honest. I'm going to point when I want to get more money into Ripple, XRP, and other cryptos. But I really want to get them really low, man. I really want to get a nice move to the upside. So, even though it sounds counter to what a lot of people want, it's a great area of opportunity when this goes down. You can really buy in cheap and then ride those movements to the upside. And again, make a killing on this, man. Anyways, like I'm saying, right now, what I see is what I was telling you guys. Here, we don't have divergence. This didn't really happen. This is lower. You can go on a technicality and call it the same level, but it's not the same level. So again, you killed it. It's very close to being the same level. So I wasn't confident taking a position here, right? Because, man, last time we've seen it, it was probably from here to here, I guess? No, not even. Yeah, to here. It was slightly lower than here. We had divergence. Look, it was very weak. Brought us to the downside. This kind of killed it. And then I was like, man, I'm not too confident in the market right now. To be honest, that is me talking, not advice, nothing like that. I'm not confident in the market right now. I don't want to go in right now. Sitting below 200 MA. I told you guys, market looks bearish. A lot of bearish sentiments floating around. It's a goodbye right now. I'm just being greedy. I still think I'll be 50K in a few years. Yeah, maybe, man. I'm not sure. Long term, anything that is scarce is bound to go up long term. That's what I can tell you. Right now, we haven't quite touched that 20 MA. We have been staying above it. We're getting close to it though, and if we hit it, there's two things that can happen, right? We hit it and we bounce of it, and then we try to see higher highs. We break to the upside, right? Again, confirming that impulse up, downside consolidation, impulse up again. When that happens, you might make a lower high than the previous high, and then create divergence, bearish, and break to the downside. So again, careful with your setups, right? I'm not sure how strong this impulse will be, how high you might want to go. You might also bounce off here and reject. You might get to here and reject, or you might even get to this upper part of this older down sloping channel. I just extended a little bit. There we go. So again, those are the resistances. You're much closer running down and hitting this other support as well than running all the way up here to get to the old level of prices that we have, right? Which is up here, man. Like 8,100. It looks like you're much closer to the 6,700 areas, to be honest. So again, a lot of bearish sentiment floating around. Be careful with your setups. Again, no divergence on any of the oscillators. Let me just make sure before I actually make that call official. 67.43, 66. So again, yeah, slightly lower, and I think this is lower. Oh fuck no, man. We actually have divergence. Very, very slight divergence. Look at this close, man. It's 7,261. This close is 7,269. So a very, very minuscule, but still slightly higher. So, okay. So I'll call this divergence, man. It is legit. And here you're going slightly down. There we go. You had bearish divergence develop. It moved to downside, but we're not seeing it as violent as we were seeing it before, right? So again, it all depends on your outlook for the market. I do believe that the market is probably going to, still has potential to go down, to be honest. And the sentiment, like I said, is bearish. So be careful with your trades. That's all I can tell you guys. All right. Be smart. Set up nice stop losses tight right now because of the moves to the downside. If you don't want to lose a lot, be tight. If you really don't care, go a little bit looser with your stop losses and then, ride the wave. But yeah, for me, this is it right now. Here, you also had divergence, right? I didn't call it here, but you also have bearish divergence. So from here, this high to here, right? You're going lower. And let's see, well, I'll call it from this high, man. To here, you're going higher again. So you're going much higher on your momentum, but lower on the price action, creating hidden bearish divergence. Price continuation, you're in a downtrend. You're seeing that move to the downside. Right now, we don't have anything bullish going on. We're still higher. We have not created a negative momentum island. We have to wait for something to develop for this to play out. Right now, creating a bullish engulfing candle against the prior 1 hour. So again, we have a lot of indecision going on, right? Movement to the downside, remaking it again, breaking it down again, breaking down, trying to reverse it, then breaking down, then trying to reverse it, but failing, reversing, and then reversing again. So indecision, a good fight going on this area for the market. That is for sure, man. There's a fight going on for this level. Let's wait to see if he can hold. If he can hold, then we can talk about other stuff. But right now, be wary that market might still move down, and be careful with that. So enough for Bitcoin. Let's go into Ethereum. What is happening with Ethereum on the daily? Dominance yesterday, gaining dominance, rejecting the 20 MA as well. 1.38% up. Right now, still going up 0.61% on dominance. Sitting at 8.54% of market cap. Is that good? Yeah, I would say so, man. It's good, right? Anything above 8% is fine for Ethereum. So again, not going crazy about it, but it's good. Again, Ethereum, look at this. Recovering also very nicely. Still, more movement to the downside. Negative, neutral on the RSI right now, 32.89. Sorry, I didn't call that on Bitcoin on the 1 hour, I think. On the RSI, you're sitting high. You're sitting at 57.37. Neutral, but on that high area. So you reset the oscillator real quick on Bitcoin. Kind of forgot to talk about this on Bitcoin. Anyways, back to Ethereum, man. Ethereum dominance. There we go. Price action dominance sitting at 8.54. Let's go into Ethereum. Ethereum sitting at $148.50. What is happening with Ethereum on the daily, man? Nice recovery going on, right? Again, trying to get to higher prices, but failing again. So again, more negative momentum right now starting to diminish. And sitting neutral on your RSI at 32.81. Again, sold, but not oversold right now. And let's go shorter scale, see what's going on. Again, you have this more or less sideways channel that you were trading in. Kind of try to hit once, rejected it, try to run up again, reject it again. So again, let's go into the 4 hours and figure out what's happening with this. You can see that we actually touched it once, twice, right before we broke down. We tried to run up, failing, getting above that 20 MA, failing on the next candle. Right now, trying to get above it again. Let's see how this keeps on running on the 4 hour candles. Again, from high to the next high, right? You have this hidden divergence going on, hidden bearish. Again, you will also have it on the RSI. So again, potential price action to the downside. Just be careful with this, guys. And here, you also had divergence. That's what pumped you to the upside, right? You're going from here to a lower again, and from a more negative momentum to a less negative momentum. And you will also have it here. From here to here, so you had bullish divergence, right? You went up, but not high enough to negate this hidden bearish divergence that might see you pump to the downside. Every chart I look at is following Bitcoin last 3 days. Yeah, we talked about that, right? We said Bitcoin is such a large player in the market that anything that any coin does is going to reflect on anything that Bitcoin does is going to reflect on the other coins. So again, it is a that's why we'll always look at Bitcoin and we talk about the dominance, right? So we know how dominant Bitcoin is right now on the market. Anyways, let's go on to the 1 hour. On the 1 hour, what is happening, man? Moving to the downside, low, lower, low, more negative momentum again. No divergence. Here we had 1.02, 1.02. Here we had divergence, right? We were going flat here, flatlining this, and again going from this negative momentum to this negative momentum. This is all one island, right? So again, this is all one island for me. So again, divergence created, right? It's bullish. It would be a Class C type 3, so weak divergence, right? But still playing you nicely to the upside. You don't have it on the RSI again. Sorry, do you have it on the RSI? No, not really. Okay, cool. So you just have it on the... Hey, Anonymous, how's it going, man? Thank you for being here, brother. I appreciate it. Seeing that nice move to the upside, but again, from the previous positive momentum island, right now you have that bearish divergence going on. From here to here, going slightly higher. Right, creating hidden bearish, right? You pump to the upside, but not strong enough to break and negate that hidden bearish divergence. Price action, price continuation, right? Impulse up, continuating down, sloping on the major trend. Right now, trying to move to the upside again. Let's see how this keeps on playing out. You're creating a green positive momentum right now. If you try to get to this high, man, look, you're not gonna get this high on that positive momentum. So again, even though you run, you're probably gonna get to this high, this high, this high. I'm not sure. Let's see how this plays out. But remember, if you go higher in the prices and this doesn't get to this high, right, of this larger green candle, you're gonna create that bearish divergence, strong, and you're probably gonna break to the downside again. So be careful with that, guys. Careful with your trades and how you set up. Anyways, here we're sitting high on the RSI, 59.08. Again, neutral, but heading towards that bought area. Again, the oscillator and the 1 hour reset like that, right? Really quick, man. After that impulse down. It was like, boom, we almost around the whole scale. So again, it's pretty good. Let's go into Ripple. What is happening with the Ripple, man? Sorry about that. Let's see Ripple, man. Yesterday, losing dominance a lot. 4.16% right now. Losing dominance still. 0.36. Sitting at 5.02% of market cap. Not the best for Ripple, man. I want this to go up below 5. It's not the best for Ripple on market cap. So let's wait and see how this keeps on developing. Ripple is one of the coins that has held up the least, man. And I was talking about this yesterday. Look, we'll look at this on the daily, man, just so you get an idea, right? And again, look at where it was at on December 2018. Look at this price level, man. The lowest you hit was 28 cents. Look at where you're sitting at right now, 21 cents. Look at Ethereum. Ethereum on December was sitting at December 2015, 82. Right now you're sitting at 148, almost double still, right? Almost double. Bitcoin, man, you're sitting at 3,000. You're sitting at 7,000. Again, a little bit over double, right? But Ripple, XRP, man, where's it sitting at on price? December, it was 27 cents, right? 28 cents. Right now you're sitting at 22 cents, man. It's one of the coins that has not been able to recover nicely. It is still the worst performer of the top 10 coins of 2019. And you guys, I love Ripple. I hold Ripple long term. I do believe in the long term value, but I gotta call the truth. And this is what it is. It's still one of the worst performers. It's still sitting well below where everyone else is sitting. Look, this dropped much harder than everyone else. This should have held 27 cents and be equal to where it was last year. But again, it's just been so weak lately. And something that I don't get about XRP, it has so many great articles that come out, so many great partnerships that get signed, and all the news and all those things seem to do nothing for the token, right? Again, it's one of those weird things. I'm not complaining about it. I'm just saying it's weird Because usually when you hear news, you expect to see price pumps. Here, not happening so much. Anyways, price of Ripple yesterday, losing a little bit, right? Everyone else gained. Ripple losing 1.48% right now, gaining very little, 1.06, undoing right now the losses of the previous day. Again, we had a wild move yesterday on Ripple. We did come into this area. Remember, we talked about it when we were doing the stream. We were somewhere around here. And we said being below 24, we're going to come and touch this area, this yellow area. If you follow the stream, we talked about this area before, right? This big, nasty area that we have down here. And guess what? We came, hit somewhere around here, resistance, support, and bounced off that. So again, stuff that we really talked about that has been playing out. So you guys, this is not BS, man. It was very real when I told you being down here. It was a risk that we could go down lower. Anyways, negative momentum still building. We don't have any kind of divergence going on. This is still more than any of the previous ones. So still lower, even lower than here, and I guess even lower than here. Let me see. This would be 398, 485. So yeah, much lower. So from here to here, even though you're going lower, you still have more negative momentum as well. And also lower on the RSI. You're not creating any kind of divergence on XRP. So let's go into the 4-hour, man. On the 4-hour, do we have something? Let's see. 97, 150, some odd. So, like, nothing to the previous island. Again, you're going lower, not creating any kind of divergence, bullish or any sort of divergence, right? Trying to go up, getting near that 20 MA and rejecting. Other coins have gotten over the 20 MA on the 4 hours. So again, Ripple or XRP being a little bit bearish on this aspect. Again, sorry, on the daily, I didn't call it. Sitting oversold still at 27.24. Still an undervalued coin, I believe. Again, right now, sitting neutral on the RSI at 41.18. That's about it for this, right? Again, starting to get price action to the upside. This would be 35. This would be 33. Again, something that is recurrent with all the market is you're going to a lower high and to a higher high, again creating that hidden bearish divergence, and you would have it from here to here as well, right? So again, very real divergence developing. Again, price action to downside. Again, that'll be it for this, right? Let's go into the 1 hour. You don't have that bullish divergence, but you do get the bearish divergence. Unfortunately, that's how it works sometimes. So on the 1 hour, man, even from the previous candle, right? We were talking about creating divergence. Look, man, I had this pointed out. This was from 2 days ago. I said we wanted the price to go down to create divergence. We went down, but guess what? We killed that divergence because we went down much, much harder than we should have. Look, this was 108. Even to here, like we had it at some point in time, and I was like, man, it's gonna build, it's gonna play out. Had this nasty, nasty drop that kind of killed it for us. So again, all these divergence that we were hoping that we were gonna get kind of died out. So again, we don't have it, right? But we still bounce because the rest of the market bounced. So again, like you said, William James, following Bitcoin. Yes, the market is following Bitcoin. Again, very, very real stuff that happens, right? Trying to move to the upside. Look at where you're at from your high, right? From here to here, going lower again. No divergence developing. But look at where you're at against your high, right? You're very close to hitting this high. You're very low on your positive momentum. The impulse that you need to the upside is not going to get you anywhere this high, and you're probably going to create that bearish divergence that crashes you down, unless you get a master mega pump that really gets this above here, and that price goes much, much higher, man, and that would be really cool. But again, you're probably going to have to hit that 24 cent and face it as resistance and see if you can break above it. That's it for this, man. That's it for Ripple. Unfortunately, I want to give you better news, but there's not better news to be given. That's about it for this. Let's go into Litecoin, man. Litecoin on the daily. What is happening with Litecoin on the daily, oh man? Yesterday, gaining a little bit of dominance, 0.98. Right now, getting a little bit more, 0.57. Litecoin gained a lot of dominance and then just kind of dropped, man. It kind of tanked. And it was sitting at 1.56% of market cap. Let's go into Litecoin. Anonymous user, Chatter, Koi, Crypto of Interest, Enigma. Heard anything about RE-ENG? What's RE-ENG? Regarding Enigma? I guess that's what you mean, regarding Enigma? Let me know about that. Okay, cool. So what's going on with Litecoin, man? Sitting at $46.58. Again, look, Litecoin, same comparison we did, right? December 2018, you were sitting at $22, you're sitting at 46, a little bit over 50% still of the value that you made. Unfortunately for Ripple, that's not the case. For XRP, sorry. What's happening here? We're getting a bounce just like everyone else yesterday, moving to the upside, 3.62% right now, moving to the upside still, 2.50. Okay, cool. I haven't seen anything about Enigma, bro. Like I don't go into the forums seeking info right now because I'm more concentrated on the major coins because the market is just like not the best right now, right? So I'm more concerned about what's going to happen here. Like most of the minor coins are probably going to flow to the rhythm of the market. So I'll look at Enigma if they're taken. Like if they have a ticker, I'll look for them and I'll do analysis. But I haven't heard anything about them. But I also look for them on CoinMarketCap and we can check it there, right? So again, price action to the upside right now, 46.67. That's where we're sitting at right now. Negative momentum still decreasing again. That's good. Sitting sold at 33.17. Let's go into a much smaller scale. Let's go into 4 hours because we have nothing else developing. Right, low, much lower low, more negative momentum, lower on the other side. That's it. So let's go into the 4 hour, man. On the 4 hour, we had divergence, right? Bearish, hidden bearish. We talked about it. Price action to the downside. Guess what? Well, that wasn't enough because you're creating hidden bearish again from here to here, right? And again from here to here. So again, hidden bearish divergence, price continuation, potentially to the downside. You also have it on your RSI. So from here to here, or from here to here, whichever one you choose, right? It still works. Again, potential price action to the downside. Again, be careful with this. We've seen this play out. We're trying to get above the 20 MA. Like I said, Ripple is the only one that's not getting, or XRP is the only one that's getting above that 20 MA on the 4 hours. So again, above the 20 MA, let's see if we can hold it. Other than that, you had divergence bullish, right? Also, just like everyone else from here to here and from here to here, right? So you got that nice pump. That's it. Let's go into the 1 hour, man. On the 1 hour, this is when we were doing the stream. There was this red candle. I finished it right before this candle closed. So again, I didn't follow it afterwards, but right now, okay, so from here to here, you can see that you're much lower, right? Even from here to here, you're much lower. So we could do one to here, and then another one from here to here, right? You can do one just straight, and that's fine. I like to break it in parts, that way I can see how this is developing. I think we talked about this one yesterday. As this was developing, it just kind of got erased from my chart. Because I remember I also broke it down in 2 parts, because I believe from here to here, we did have it, right? Because here it was 28.49, and here we don't have it. This is 27.17. So again, from here to here, much lower on your RSI. We don't have it here. We just had it here. And we said, look, man, it's weak because we pumped to the upside. It was very weak. We kind of circled down, fell below again, created that second divergence. And then we saw that nice pump. But again, my sentiment on the market being bearish, I didn't want to take any position on this because I wasn't sure how strong it was going to be at the pump. I wasn't going to make a $42 move for it to jump. It's like a 10% gain, right? To $46, $47. Again, breaking to the downside again right now. So yeah, that's about it, man. This happened at 9 a.m. and yeah. That's it for this right now. If anything, man, you're pumping much stronger than in any of the other coins. Again, look at where you're at on your positive Momo. Very low on that positive momentum, right? Here you're much closer on your RSI, but you're probably going to develop that bearish divergence, on your MACD histogram if it gets to pump a little bit higher than this price. Even if it gets to this price, you're going to be down here, and you're going to have bearish divergence. So just watch out for that. Be careful with your setups, right? I'm not going to talk about targets. If you go to the upside, we already talked about some. You have that 782. That is right here. That will be your next resistance at 49.06. Then if you get above that, you probably have some you see you have some support around this area. If you get above that, you probably find somewhere around here at 52. And then if you get above that, you might get somewhere around maybe this area, the 59, right? Some resistance, right? We've seen that we faced it here, and here as well, somewhere around that $59 mark. So 59.39, I think. So again, just be careful with the moves with Litecoin. Again, not too confident in the market. Like I told you guys, the only coin that I'm hodling right now, it's XRP, for its other value characteristics that it has, what they're doing, etc. So again, not too bullish on any other coin right now. Where's Binance at? Well, yesterday Binance dropped dominance 1.73%. Right now gaining it and getting more dominance, 2.65, sitting at 1.30% of market cap. Price of Binance sitting at $15.80. What is Binance doing? We had created this divergence, right? This bearish divergence, price action to the downside. We've seen it play out. We're kind of rounding off right now, trying to pump to the upside. From here to here, we're going slightly lower still. On the daily, I think I drew this yesterday. Sorry, that's coming in. That's, man. I'll go into this playlist. There we go. So again, But from here to here, we're also going lower, right? So from here to here, let's see. That'll be that, right? So again, creating some kind of divergence, very short term on the daily, pumping to the upside a little bit. Let's go into the 4 hours. On the 4 hours, right, we had this from the daily, man. This is from the daily. Yeah, I think it's this one from the daily. The one that makes no sense here. There we go. Okay, cool. So we had this bearish divergence develop right on the RSI, hidden bearish, price action to the downside. We're calling this out. Move to the downside still. Again, low, lower low, right? Less negative momentum. Created that bullish divergence that you needed to pump to the upside. You have it here, you have it here, and you also have it on your RSI. So again, showing up on multiple of the oscillators, right? And being at levels that you were oversold. So again, you're oversold, you're creating bullish divergence. There's more chances that you get that move to the upside that you need for this to pump. So let's go into the next article. Sorry, the next chart, right? The 1 hour. Sorry, before we move, what is this? 1450, 1392. So again, very slightly going to the downside right now. Again, you're not going higher. So if you get higher, this you're probably gonna do it. If you get to this height, this is gonna definitely go this high, and you're gonna kill any kind of bearish divergence that you can develop. So again, very good for this. Let's go into the 1 hour. Binance doesn't look that bad. You had divergence here, bearish, right? We called it out, moving to the downside, playing out nicely. From here to here, you're making more negative momentum. So again, no bearish divergence. But from this other time frame, right, this negative island, the prior one, you do have it from here to here, right? From here to here, you kind of developed it once, and then you, sorry, no, because it's not lower. From here to here, let's go. That would be it where it played out to here. I thought we were lower here, but no. From here to here, you had the divergence, right? Bullish price action to the downside. Even from here to here, you also have it. You're converging on the bottom part of the oscillators against the price. It's called bullish divergence. It's strong. Type 1, class A, right? Pump to the upside, nice pump to the upside, hitting that upper part of the Bollinger Bands and then rejecting, again, bouncing off the 20 MA nicely, movement to the upside again. Right now, fighting to get even outside of that Bollinger Band, but again, not looking very like it. Getting tightness again, coming into the Bollinger Bands. Again, higher high than their previous high with less positive momentum again. Probably what's going to happen with Litecoin, right? What we're seeing is going to happen. You're going lower again, creating bearish divergence, strong bearish divergence. You don't have it on the RSI. On the RSI, you're actually going higher. So that's it for the main stuff on the market. Let me check something out real quick before I jump onto that coin that you requested, Anonymous. Just give me 1 second. So I'm trying to get a website that I want to show you guys. Okay, so some people are starting to put this website left and right on Twitter. It's called Coin Fair Value. It's supposed to state, oh snap, man, I'm noticing that nothing in the chat is playing out. That is awkward. 1 second, because for some reason my chat is not loading up properly, man. Let me see this. So I just noticed that the stream chat is not showing up. Just give me 1 second, guys. I'll try to get this going. There we go. Why is it not loading, man? Sorry, that's my be right back screen. I wanted to make sure that the chat is loading properly, but again, this is weird, man. Why is, like, why the fuck is it not working, man? Anyways, dude, I'm not sure, man. I gotta fix the chat. There's something going on. YouTube updated some stuff, and now the chat is really not showing up there, so I'm trying to figure out a way that I can have it show where it doesn't bother anyone. I might just make a separate window and put the regular chat there, and that's it, man. I'm not gonna copy and paste the link to the chat because it's freaking not working, man. It's just annoying, man. Anonymous, Bitcoin 5.9K question? Yeah, maybe, man. I'm not sure. It's a possibility, right? We'll go into Bitcoin in a second. Anyways, this talks about the fair value of the coin, where it's supposed to be undervalued or an overvalued, right? Anyways, it says that Bitcoin should be at 5,909. Yes, this is saying that Bitcoin is overvalued, but it's also saying that Ripple is undervalued, because it's saying that Ripple should be at 94 cents, and it's saying that Ethereum it's at 193. They do state something that fair value displayed here are, sorry, I'll highlight this for you guys. It says fair value displayed here are based on current usage of each coin. If they don't contain speculation or future variations on their usage, will is speculation to the investors. Market data is refreshed every 10 minutes. Fundamental data is refreshed every hour. Okay, so they say that the fair value displayed is based on current usage of the coin. So again, you know that with on-demand liquidity, a lot of flow of XRP has been going on. There's a lot of tweets on crypto Twitter stating that you're posting people that the bars of the flows of on-demand liquidity. So again, a lot more usage for the token, meaning that the coin is undervalued. So again, they're putting Ethereum at 193. So again, they're also stating that Ethereum is undervalued. They're saying that Binance coin is also undervalued. They're saying that Binance coin should be at $77. That Stellar should be at 13 cents, and Bitcoin Cash at $445. And Chainlink at 7.02. So again, they're stating that a lot of the coins that are out there, yeah, I know, dude. They're saying that a lot of the coins are undervalued, right? So again, it's insane to believe that all the coins had this much. Saying fair value, it should be 94 cents. Saying it's at 22 cents. You know, this should be $50 higher also. You know, Binance coin should be from $15 at $77. So that's a lot, a freaking huge increase, like a $50 pump. This is no indicator of where the price is going to go, right? They're just stating that the coin is undervalued. That's it. If you guys want to get to this website, it's coinfairvalue.com. That's it, like the name here, Coin Fair Value. That's it. If you guys want to check it out, that's going to be it, right? They're also saying that total fair market cap should be 316 billion, not 200 billion as it's sitting at right now. So again, I'm not sure how they're working this data. They have a learn stuff here that I'm probably gonna have to go read in detail. What is fair value? What is interest rate? You know, whatever. And then after that, I might be able to give a better stuff here. I just wanted to point out that it's another website that's floating out there that has interesting data on it, right? So again, it's telling you that if you buy these coins, you're buying them at a bargain, basically. So you're buying Bitcoin very cheap right now because it's so undervalued. That's all that the website is saying. So again, if you hold these coins, at some point in time, what this says is that it should shoot up to at least these percentages, and you should gain that. But if you can see Binance 48% undervalued, XRP 42% undervalued. So again, yeah, fair value uncertainty. I'm not sure what that means, what that reads. I'll have to look it up. Anyways, I believe it's an interesting site, right? They said that the market cap for Ripple should be 94 billion instead of 22 billion. That's over here. Yep. So again, it's a very, very weird site, man. If you guys want to check it out, feel free to check it out. Again, Coin Fair Value. I'm not promoting it for anything. I just found out that it was interesting. So let's move on to these coin that you requested. I do have coin market cap over here, and you were requesting ENG. So let's look at ENG. Enigma. What is Enigma? It's sitting at 42 cents. Okay, it has a market cap of $31,493,900, a trade volume of $1,218,606, circulating supply of 74,836,171 Enigmas, and a total supply of 150 million Enigmas. So seems like half of the supply is circulating already. Where's the other half? Enigma, crypto platform that's trying to solve the problem of privacy on the blockchain by gaining access to data storage and privacy while remaining scalable. Enigma aims to extend Ethereum smart contracts by introducing secret contracts. Okay, cool. Secret contracts would operate off-chain, meaning the execution of the contract doesn't occur on the Ethereum blockchain, but rather sorts and related data into pieces, encrypts those pieces, and distributes them redundantly among Enigma nodes. Yeah, I'm not sure what. I guess they're trying to come up with like some kind of privacy for the contract. So again, let's see your ROI. If you bought it at the entrance at the beginning, right from here, you probably lost 31.93%. That's what they're stating, right? Okay, cool. So let's go look for a chart for Enigma. Once that we know kind of what it is, let's go look at this and see where it's at, right? ENG. I guess I'm not sure if it has a USD pair. So USD. Okay, cool. They have a calculated by trading view. We'll go into the Binance one. It's probably where it has more traffic. Yes, it does. We don't have gappage. All right, cool. So on the daily, what's going on? Man, this is getting wild swings, bro. Like for reals, on the daily, you went from like 29 cents all the way to 42 cents. That's a pretty sweet increase, man. I'm not sure if there's other data coming out for this, but anyways, look, man. Just on the daily, from here to here, creating divergence, right? Probably already played out though. Price action to the downside, you got it here. You're broke down. You're trying to bounce again. I'm not sure if you're gonna get higher or if you're gonna create divergence still, but you also had that divergence here on the RSI. At least this point, you're seeing neutral. Bought, I think 60.64. So slightly bought on your RSI. Momentum positive though, it's decreasing in strength. Let's see how this plays out. I'm not sure how this is gonna look. I'm not gonna look at anything farther back because what matters is what's happening here. Anyways, if you just want to look at the previous divergence that broke you down, it was this one, right? Bearish divergence, strong. Moving to downside again. That's what played you to the downside. I'm not seeing anything here that would be low, lower, low. Okay, so yeah, you had some bullish divergence from here to here. From here to here, right? And that's it. You don't have it on the other side. So I'm going to go into the 4 hours and try to gauge what's happening with this, right? High, lower high again. Yeah, less negative, the less momentum then. That's fine. Here to here, I guess. All right, awesome. So from here to here, you had divergence, bearish. Price action to the downside, right? It was very slight. It was slanted within the same island still. This one, like I said, getting to this level, but look, you're much lower on your RSI. Sorry, on your MACD histogram. So even if you pump to this level, you're probably not going to create that positive momentum where you need it to be. You might create that bearish divergence again and break you to the downside. On the price, you're much lower still. So also you don't have that divergence going on here. From here to here, you didn't have it either. Just have it on the MACD, right? Let's go here, right? Low, higher, low. Low, higher, low, more negative. Okay, cool. So from here to here, you had hidden bullish divergence, price continuation. You weren't really in an uptrend again, but might have been enough for it to pump, I guess. From here to here, you don't. Yeah, you also have it. You're going lower. So again, we from here to here, I guess. Yeah. Price continuation still. So high, higher, high again. Oh snap! This would have been here, I guess, and this would have been here. There we go. So again, you kind of have it from here to here, going higher, less negative momentum, higher on that RSI. So again, that's probably you don't have anything going on there. Again, I'm worried about this divergence developing and you breaking it downside again. Let's go into the 1 hour, man. On the 1 hour, what's going on, man? A lot of small islands developing. So let's see this. Okay, so shorter term from here to here, right? You're going lower, same like everyone else here. From here, you're creating bullish divergence, price action to the upside. You got the pump sitting above that 20 MA. Have not even touched it, but still trying to pump to the upside, breaking or moving outside of the Bollinger Bands slightly. We're getting the Bollinger Bands moving to the upside now and sitting above that 20 MA. Again, creating bearish divergence right now. From here to here, going higher. From here to here, going lower within this island, right? Again, creating that bearish divergence. Potential price action to the downside. You don't have it on the RSI. You're still going high on the RSI. That's fine. This could still go on developing to the upside, and this can get negated, but you really need a strong impulse to the upside. Shorter term. In a shorter term, right? What kind of had you move down here? It was this. From here to here, you're going slightly lower. From here to here, you're going higher. So again, creating that hidden bearish divergence. From here to here, you don't have it. You're going lower. So again, you just have stuff developing on your MACD histogram. This potential breaking you to the downside, right? Price continuation, you're moving down. But since you're in an uptrend of sorts, probably not playing out very strong. Now, again, not even touching 20 MA, rejecting lower prices. Trying to pump to the upside again, right? So not a bad looking coin right now. I'm just worried about this divergence on the 1 hour that could potentially move you down. You just have it on the histogram. And these divergence here, like I said, shorter. Sorry, this from the 1 hour. Why is this stuff? See, sometimes stuff stays where it's supposed to, and then sometimes it just like really doesn't give two bits about what I want to do here, and it just comes back to like mess my chart up. Not here on the 1 hour. Here we go, and again, not here. In the 1 hour, not on the daily. There we go. So again, we had this right. We have something here, a little higher, a little. Again, nothing here that would scare me. Like I said, if you just pump to the upside a little bit more, you might create that divergence that potentially can break it down. That's it for ENG, man. I don't know much about the coin other than that. I'm not sure why it's pumping. It does have some technicals to merit the pump, but I'm not sure if there's any fundamentals behind it as to why it's pumping. I'm not sure if it's going to get listed on somewhere else, or if there's some other talks going on behind it. So again, from what I can see, that will be it. Do you guys have any other requests that you would like for me to check out? And sorry if this stream is not showing the chat. I'm not lying. There is chat going on, guys. It's just that's weird that it's not really loading it into any... Yeah, see? Freaking weird, man. Look, I'll switch over real quick to the starting window. See? There's the chat, and there's stuff going on in the chat. It's just on this other chat, it's not showing it. It's weird, man. I'm trying to find out if there's something in the settings, but no. Really, man, again, not sure why it doesn't want to show here on this freaking link. It's just BS, man. Again, it's just freaking weird, man. It's not showing on the shorter term, but it's showing on the larger, on the ending screen and the beginning screen. Again, I'll have to check this out, man. Like this update that YouTube made has everything like going nuts, man. So do you guys want to look at something else? We still got time. It's early. It's like 10-15 p.m. for me, so we can do a couple more coins if you want. I don't mind. Yesterday was really late when I was doing the stream, man. I had internet problems. I had to come in like near like 11 p.m. to like do the stream. That's when like the internet got fixed. And today, before the stream started, like the internet was also like flaking a little bit. So I'm not sure what's going on with the internet company. So yesterday I wasn't on the phone with them for like a long time until I got the internet back on. Again, let's see. New hour opening up, right? So let's go see what's going on. All right, cool. So we said we're gonna adjust the flag once we got it, once we closed it. So again, makes a little bit more sense, right? 1, 2, 3 on the bottom, 4 on the bottom, 1, 2, 3 on the top right now. So making a little bit better sense right now for this movement to the downside. Not quite touching that 20 MA, but rejecting lower prices, which is good for Bitcoin again. Although we have not been able to get above here, right? And like I said, look, man, if we move to the upside, right, and we don't move with strength, we're probably not gonna negate this divergence, and we're gonna create bearish divergence, and then potentially move to the downside. Just be careful with that, right? That's it for on the 1 hour and the 4 hours. Not much developing. We're still within this. Something developing. This new 4 hour candle. Sorry, opening red, and we're within this 1 hour. So whatever this bar does is gonna be the 4 hour right now. Let's go on to ETH-ish. Ethereum. What's going on? Again, the impulse up looks a lot better in Ethereum, right? It's like 1-2 bars to the upside, right? In Bitcoin, it's like it took a long time to get there. In Ethereum, it was just like boom, man. There we go, up and running, right? Oh, sorry, now it's looking different in Ethereum. I was looking different a couple minutes ago. Maybe I opened dominance. Yeah, I had dominance open. Anyways, movement to the upside. Jokes on me. Movement to the upside, right? Divergence developing. We called it, right? You also have it on your RSI. I didn't call it the first time we went through, but again, that divergence, right? Hidden bearish potential price action to the downside. You're getting it. Try to pump to the upside. It's sitting below this. So again, not much going on. Just some consolidation, and not the best looking consolidation either, man. It's just like floppy, man. Like if I were, that's a high. I'm not gonna take that as a high. I'll go from here to here. Not really an upsloping channel. It's not really a downsloping channel. Debating whether or not I should consider this the beginning of the flagging zone. it's where it would make a little bit more sense, right? We get some resistance on the midline, then we used it as support twice. So I'm gonna call it there. 1, 2 on the top, 1 on the bottom. It's enough to make it a valid channel, and I do get some respect for the midline, so that's where I'm gonna hold it at right now. Here with resistance, resistance, support, resistance, support, and then we're up. That's where I'm gonna leave it at right now for this. Ripple, I'm not sure what Ripple's doing, man. It looks like we're also kind of flagging a little bit. Oh, man. See, I'm not sure if I should consider this a FOMO and ignore it, or if I should take it into account for this. Again, not giving me any. Oh yeah, it could work, right? Some support, then a little bit of resistance, then some support, I guess. Again, Ripple about to touch that 20 MA. It got above that 20 MA finally. We weren't above it on the 4 hours. We're certainly not above it, but on the 1 hour we are above it. Let's see if we can hold it. We kind of bounced off it right now, rejecting the lower prices. If this is able to hold, again, that impulse up might see a second impulse up coming in. Let's wait and see how this plays out for this. Let's go on to a Litecoin again quickly. I'm not seeing any coins being tossed up on the chat, guys. I'm not sure who's here. We have 7 people tuned in. William James, if you're here and you want me to look at another coin, throw it up there, man. Anonymous, if you're still here and you want me to look at another coin, throw it up there, brother. I'll check them out. Meanwhile, I'm just doing a quick rundown again to see what's going on here. Ethereum, see, impulse up, down sloping consolidation. Seems like we're starting to impulse up again. I'm not sure whether or not I don't believe we're just moving sideways. I do want to believe that we kind of had this going on, right? That's this flag of sorts, right? With some nice support there, resistance and then support, and then we're breaking it up to the upside, but not with a lot of volume, not with a lot of strength, not the way we usually want to see this break. Sorry, something was vibrating on my phone. Here you want to see a measure of the pole, right? More or less coming here, but we're not even hitting that, and we're not even going up enough to create divergence of the bearish kind to break to the downside. So again, you know, flaky on the market. Trying to see over here if I have anything else going on the side chat, just in case it's not loading on the chat here. I don't have anything else going on there as well. So yeah, let's keep on. It's Binance again. Yeah, Binance is just where we're at, right? Creating that negative price action after that bearish divergence is developing. So again, very real stuff happening again. Like I said, not too confident about the prices going up yet. I'm not sure if the dump is quite done. I don't believe we bottomed. I don't believe this is the bottom yet. And let's wait and see how this happens, man. See, we have 1V kind of reversal, right? Impulse down, reaction rally, impulse down, reaction rally. Anonymous user is scanning, I guess, the market. So let's see this, man. That's not what I wanted to open. Wow, these open up weird. That's this fiat leak. There we go. The fiat leak website. You're not gonna be able to see 100% because my screen is a little bit off, actually. And these XRPs are flowing to South Korea, I think. Yeah. This is all XRP flowing to the US right now. USD. You got a lot of movement of XRP, as you can see, right? Again, like I said, Korea, right? South Korea going, these XRPs going there. Indonesia rupee. So some going to Indonesia. I like this side, man. It's fun to look at the market here. So Ripple, 22 cents. Again, you get some tickers on the top. I want to see where these tickers come from and these new stickers. I'm going to try to see if I can get them on the stream showing up, because for me, having those tickers, it's going to make a lot more fun for the stream. Not just the coin ticker, but some new stickers as well. I'm going to see if I can copy this. Sorry, this is for advertisement. I don't care about this one. I'm going to try to see if I can copy this one and this one. I think it looks a lot better than the ticker I have on the bottom. I'm not sure how much it's going to detract from the show or distract you guys, but I do believe it's going to make it interesting at least. Anyways, yeah. Let's go look at CoinMarketCap and see what's going on with the market, right? In general, overall, in a quick overview. We have music. Anyways, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Ripple, up 3%, up 7%, up 6%. Tether down 0.55%. Bitcoin Cash up 6%. Litecoin up 5%. Binance up 7%. EOS up 8%. What time is this too? Oh, 24-hour change. Okay, cool. Yeah, man, I'm not sure, man. Like I said, look, that impulse down. See that V shape forming here? The impulse to the upside not very strong. We're kind of resting right now. Let's see how this develops right here as well. Look, Ripple, man, worst recovery. Look at Bitcoin SV, freaking nice recovery, better than any other ones, I guess. Look at this much recovery on Bitcoin SV right here on this small chart, right? I'm not sure if you can see it, but I'll put it here, right? Look, much better than everyone else. Then we have Litecoin again, not recovering as well, but you know, better than XRP, and Binance recovering also a little bit better than XRP. Everyone is actually recovering better than XRP. The XRP is just recovering like meh, you know, whatever, to the downside, right? Like you can trace a channel here and see that it's all downsloping. Here it'll be hard to trace that downsloping channel again. But you know, that's it. MCO Monaco, awesome. What's the name of that site? That site that I had, this one with the coins flowing. Fiat leak. I'm not sure if you can see it here. No, you can't. FIATLEAK.com. That's it, Fiat leak. Let's go look at Monaco. I'm not sure what Monaco is, so we're gonna look at market cap and look at Monaco. MCO. MCO stays as MCO. So it's sitting at $3.87. It has a 4.67% gain. Market cap of 60,679,686. Volume traded in the last 24 hours, 12,551,624. Circulating supply, 15,793,831. And total supply of 31,587,682 Monacos. Again, not too bad for a coin, right? Half of the circulating supply out there, the rest unsure where it's being held. Crypto.com was founded in 2016 as a simple belief in basic human rights. Everyone controlled their money, data, and identity. With over 1 million users on its platform today, Crypto.com provides. Is this from Monaco? It's talking about Crypto.com. I believe they don't have the appropriate data here. I'm not sure what MCO is. Again, if you had it at the beginning, you're sitting at it was down here. You have a 70.90% return on investment. So not too shabby for this. I'm not sure what they do. So I have no clue. The ads came back on. I think this is a song that we had when. There we go. I'll just put this one there. Again, not sure what this coin does, man. So if you can explain a little bit more in the chat, that'll be great. I'm not sure what Monaco does. So we'll look at here on the ticker MCO and look at what it does, man. MCO to the US dollar on trading view from Bittrex. I believe this should be fine, I guess. Unsure what this is going to do. MCO. Are we MCO? Cool, so low, lower low, lower low, lower low, more negative momentum building, that's fine. Let's see this here. 4800. 8-1, so a lot more negative momentum building. So nothing on the daily to like really go about. This is still positive, so all this is one positive island. And negative, more negative building there. So again, no divergence developing here on the daily that I can see easily on the MACD histogram. Let's go on the RSI, high, higher, high again. High. Okay, cool. So okay, nice. So from here to here, you're going higher, right? From here to here, you're going to 0, right? Creating bearish divergence. And from here to here, also going down. So you do have bearish divergence. I was just not seeing it because it was not a green island. And I was looking for something green to anchor to. But again, bearish divergence, price like a good downside. We were seeing this breakdown. Let's go into the 4 hours, man. Sitting neutral on the RSI at 44.18. Neutral on the RSI at 46.31. What's going on here? High, lower, high again. Let's see this. Where's this at? This was the highest. Is it higher? 21488. 20, slightly lower. So no divergence here of the bearish kind. Low, lower, low, sorry, higher. High, lower, high, lower, high. Positive momentum, less positive momentum, less positive momentum, going with the market. If anything, you had bearish divergence from here to here, right? A couple hours ago. Sorry, a couple of 4 hour candles ago. that it's seeing you pump to the upside. That's it. That's the only thing that I can find here quickly that would indicate that price action to the upside. Again, facing that 20 MA, rejecting it. Again, not the best for this coin. Not looking very strong, right? Trying to break above that 20 MA. It kind of broke above it, then like some indecision going on, like a spinning top candle. Again, next candle opening it, trying to go to the upside, but again, bears rejecting it, closing it like almost a negative. It says negative here, although it looks green. Up here it says negative. So negative 1.18%, and then right now moving to the upside. But you have some gapage from here to here. It's just awkward. Maybe the chart is off and you actually open up here and move to the downside. Again, sometimes TradingView doesn't really show the charts very well. Still below 20 MA again, facing it as resistance once, twice, and not being able to break above it. That's it on the 4 hour. Let's go in the 1 hour and see what's going on there. On the 1 hour, man. Let's see. Where is this closing at? 386.1, 385. So slightly lower, very slightly, to the point where it could be negligible. And you could just trace a straight line, right? And it will more or less be all within the same price range where you could consider it non-applicable. And you could say that you're creating bearish divergence, creating like medium, like class B type 2 bearish divergence, right? And you would also have it on your RSI, right? It's going slightly lower again. So again, potential price action to the downside. You're seeing this play out right now on this move to the downside. Again, that 20 MA, you're using it as support on the 1 hour. Very nice support, once, two, three times, four times. Again, moving to the upside, not wanting to break down. Again, if you face it again, you might actually break it, right? The more you play with it, the more chances you are to break it to the downside. Again, if you move to the upside, you might go higher. But then again, on this island, right, you could create something where you go from here to here, right? Or somewhere around here, and you go higher in your price, and you really create that bearish divergence, right? That strong bearish divergence that can potentially break you to the downside. That class A type 1 bearish divergence that could potentially break you. So be careful of this. Not 100% confident on where this is going to go shorter term. This is from the 4 hour, I think. So let's see. Yeah, it's from the 4 hour. See, the one from the 1 hour is not showing here now, but the one from the 4 hour is showing up. So again, freaking weird how this doesn't really keep stuff like the way I charted, and I fix this a lot all the time. So even after I trade them, sometimes I fix them, and they just keep on coming back to haunt me wherever I go. So there we go. On the 1 hour is going to be clear. I want to look at stuff farther back on the 1 hour, even though you're going to see why you want to go farther back. Well, I want to see if we had anything else going on, man. Yeah, so we had bullish divergence. So from here to here, right, that lower low, right, even within this island from here to here, and from here to here, you're having this breakdown, right? So again, divergence bullish. Do we have it on the RSI? Let's see, from here to here, you kind of have it, right? Also going slightly higher. So again, you can do this in parts, like I sometimes do, right? So I don't want to do that for this one. From here to here, you would, I would have to do it, I guess. So from here to here, I'll shift the stuff real quick, right? So from here to here, it kind of have divergence, bullish, strong, and from here to here, have it a little bit more pronounced. From here to here, you still have that divergence as well, and you have it here. I'm just doing it like this because just on this part of the RSI, we developed it. From here to here, we don't have it. So again, you can just trace it as 1 for the MACD histogram, that'll be fine. But from here, it's just the small part playing out. Anyways, divergence, here you have it all, two of the oscillators against the price action to the upside. You got that going on. Again, right now, creating this the slanted divergence right now, right, on your MACD. And here, so again, that's it. Allows you to spend crypto through its Visa cards. Cat Financial Services. Okay, cool. So it's like a way that you can spend your crypto. Awesome, man. You might be wondering why I'm using the candle closes right now instead of the wicks. Sometimes I use the wicks when the market is bullish. It accounts for a little bit more of that bullish sentiment. And when the market is bearish, I use the candle closes, or I don't use the wicks because it represents a little bit more of that bearish, and I play it a little bit tighter instead of going a little bit more wild when I do this, right? So again, when the market is bearish, it's just my choice, right? Again, your mileage may vary, and different textbooks will tell you different stuff. Some people like the closes because it represents this a little bit more, right? Because as the candle moves up and down in wicks, it won't really close at the wick, so it will close at the actual closing of the candle. So again, but I count when the market is bullish. I do want to count for a little bit more of that volatility And so I use the wicks sometimes. If you go wick to wick, that's fine. If you go wick to body, that's not fine. So again, you want to go body to body, wick to wick. It just depends on what you want to do. Anyways, anything else, guys, throw it up there and we'll look at anything that you guys toss up in the chat. Again, chat is not showing up for some reason on the window. It's just freaking weird how this is working out sometimes. But again, like I show you, there is chat going on. There is stuff that I'm reading off the side here, but again, not really showing here on the stream for some reason. It's just freaking weird how YouTube has this stuff going on. So for purposes, I guess I'll do this pop-out chat and get the show somewhere around here for you guys to be able to see it, I guess, today. You guys can know what is going on. I'll just make it tiny so it's really not that annoying, I guess. And I'll have it somewhere around here, over here in the past. So you guys can see that there's chat going on. Anyways, if you guys toss something on the chat, it is live. I'm just having problems with the way YouTube is displaying it. So again, not the best going on right now. Again, having some troubles with the new update to the platform and whatnot. Oh man, that's some good coffee, man. I had a long day today, so I'm enjoying a really nice cup of coffee. I had a headache, man. I was on the phone the whole day today, solving up a lot of BS from the office, and my head was like throbbing before the stream started. I was just so tired. Like, coffee really brought me back up, man. Again, if you guys like what we do, like, comment, subscribe, and hit that bell so you're notified when we go live. I hope you're liking the stream. I hope you're enjoying it. We have 8 people tuned in. I'm having a blast, guys. It's really good to be here today. It's really good to be here every day, actually, and chilling with you guys. So if you guys want to look at something else, toss it up on the chat and we can look it up. Meanwhile, I do have some Twitter notes. I want to see what's going on. Okay, some follow and someone else coming up and saying something else. That's awesome. What the fuck? Oh, sorry, man. Either gonna cook 25-pound turkey in microwave. That just popped up on my Twitter feed. That was actually from Benny. Benny, who sometimes hangs out with us. Benny, brother, I'm not sure if you're here with us today, but if you're not, I hope you're having a blast. I know you have school and stuff like that going on, so that is all cool, man. I'm not sure who the 8 people watching are, man. I know I'm watching from one phone. I know my wife follows the stream as well, and she usually lets me know if I have problems also, if I'm not paying attention to the screen that I have here. And then I'm not sure who else is watching, guys. But again, I do appreciate that you guys show up to the stream. If you have something else that you want me to look at, let me know. And we'll definitely look at that here. Soka, I'm not sure if you're here, man. Sometimes there's this guy, Soka. He's usually here, but he doesn't chat very much. But sometimes he's just lurking. So, Soka, if you're here, awesome, bro. I'm just going to toss up names of the people that are usually here. Free TV Addict, Crypto Keeper Trader, John Smith. Well, Anonymous, I know you're here. Again, yeah, man. Not sure what else is going on. As soon as I click here, the chat's going to disappear. So bear with me for a second. There we go. Sorry about that, guys. I'm going to go back and look at the market. So again, nice move to the upside right now. Today, opening up with a 1.17% move to the upside. Right now, undoing some of that. So let's wait and see how this keeps on developing, right? Stuff that can happen short term with this flag would come down here. We have double support. We have the mid part of the channel and the 20 MA for Bitcoin. If we're below that, man, bottom part of the channel, if we break that, and all hell breaks loose again. Again, not too confident on the market. I'm not sure how strong this is going to play out. Again, impulse up, down support consolidation. Should expect another one of these to play out, so I'll call this a poll from here to here. I'll play a little bit conservative. I'm not going to take this red into account, even though it closed right there. And I'm going to put it here. So a move to the upside would certainly see us around that 7,978, getting us above into this channel that we were in. That would be the best for Bitcoin. But again, me being greedy, I want the price to go down so I can buy at a better price. So, yeah, what's up, guys? I guess no more coin requests are coming in, so I'm going to call it a stream for tonight. Guys, it was great hanging out with you. Great with the chat. Awesome collaborations there. Awesome coins being thrown out there. Sorry, anonymous user. So I'm really glad that you are participating, man. I really appreciate that. It makes this so much more interesting when you guys come up and like really toss this like requests, right? So I'll replay this. I'm gonna skip to the next one. There we go. I'm not sure if we play this one or not, but guys, it was awesome having you here today. I hope you have a great Monday night. I hope you have a great day tomorrow. I'll catch you tomorrow night. Again, if you like what we do, like, comment, subscribe, and hit that bell. Talk about this to your family, to your friends, to your coworkers. You know, get them into crypto, and if they get into crypto, bring them into this channel. We really want to get this community going. We have grown a bit since the last couple of days, just like a couple of subscribers. Nothing to go crazy about. But again, I'm happy that we're seeing some growth. It just makes it so much more worthwhile when I see us growing, because it really just has me come up with a whole bunch of different energy into this, and I like it. We're sitting at 149 subs strong. Like I said, I'm happy about this. Guys, you're amazing. Again, if you like what we do, you know what to do. I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Again, that'll be all for tonight. Let's see how the market keeps on playing out. You know, we talked about this potential bearish divergence developing. Watch out for a move to the upside and divergence, right? So again, guys, that's all for today. I'll see you tomorrow.